Have you ever faced a gut-wrenching decision and thought, "I'll just rely on my emotional intelligence"? That instinct could lead you into dangerous territory. Picture this: you're in a high-stakes meeting, the tension is palpable, and everyone expects you to deliver clarity. Relying heavily on emotional instincts might blind you to critical details. Many view emotional intelligence as a superpower. The risk: you could overlook vital information while trying to read the room. Imagine a crucial negotiation where you sense your counterpart's anxiety. You empathize with them, but in doing so you might miss a key detail about the deal's terms. That oversight could jeopardize not just the deal, but your entire position. Now, consider a crisis team project on the brink of collapse. Instead of confronting hard facts, you focus on soothing tensions, prioritizing harmony over clarity. This can lead to decisions that feel good in the moment but spiral into chaos later. The longer you lean on emotional intelligence, the more you risk getting lost in others' feelings while ignoring your own instincts. You might think you're being wise, but you could be walking a tightrope. Now let's raise the stakes. Faced with a life-changing decision like switching careers or making a major investmentio, turn to your feelings for guidance. Instead of clarity, you find confusion, missing a crucial perspective right in front of you. So, what's the answer? Strike a balance. Emotional intelligence is important, but don't let it overshadow rational thinking. When stress hits, pause and ask yourself, am I feeling too much and thinking too little? Next time you're swept up in emotions, step back. Your instincts matter too. It's not just about how others feel, it's about what's best for you in the situation. Remember, emotional intelligence is a tool, not a crutch. Use it wisely to navigate even the stormiest seas with confidence. Reflect on how you make decisions under pressure. It might just change everything. Have you ever left a conversation feeling completely drained? You are definitely not alone. But what if I told you there's a hidden risk tied to the emotional intelligence you take pride in? Many people see emotional intelligence as a shield against life's. However, relying on it during high-stress moments can lead to emotional exhaustion without you even realizing it. Imagine this: you're in a tense meeting, picking up on the atmosphere and adjusting your responses to match everyone's feelings. It feels right, doesn't it? Yet, while you navigate their emotions, a part of you starts to fade away. When you prioritize others' feelings over your own, you might think you're demonstrating strength. This constant emotional balancing act creates an invisible burden, weighing down your own needs until fire nearly gone. Now, picture this: after weeks of managing your team's stress, you return home, and instead of feeling relieved, you feel completely empty. It's a tough cycle to break, and it's happening to more people than you might think. You might wonder, why is this happening to me? The answer lies in the intense pressure of high-stress environments. You often find yourself in situations where your emotional responses dictate your decisions. It sounds noble, but what's left for you? Let's turn this into a story. Think about a friend who always puts others first. Fire, the go-to person for everyone, but behind that cheerful facade is a growing emptiness. One day, they finally snapped it out of anger, but from sheer exhaustion. It's a wake-up call that makes you question, is being emotionally aware worth this price? As the tension builds, you start to see the risks. Allowing emotional intelligence to become a crutch can lead to burnout, straining both your relationships and your mental health. The very tool meant to help you navigate life can become a source of your downfall. So, what can you do? First, acknowledge your own emotions. It's essential to check in with yourself regularly. Don't ignore that sinking feeling or the subtle shifts within you. Prioritize self-awareness. It's not just a lure, it's crucial. Next, practice setting boundaries. Yes, showing empathy is important, but protecting your own emotional space is just as vital. It's perfectly okay to say no or step back when you start to feel overwhelmed. Here's the key takeaway: emotional intelligence is a powerful tool, but when it turns into a crutch, it can backfire. Recognize the warning signs before they escalate. As you move forward, ask yourself, are you truly in control, or is your emotional awareness leading you into deeper exhaustion? Let this reflection guide you. Remember, it's not just about understanding others, it's about understanding yourself first. What if your emotions are sabotaging your toughest decisions? In high-stress situations, we often lean on emotional intelligence, believing it's our best ally. But what if it's more of a crutch that leads us astray? During intense moments, there's a subtle pressure to trust your feelings. You might think you're following your intuition, but are you really making the right choice? Many overlook the hidden dangers lurking beneath their emotional responses. Imagine standing at a crossroads with two options. One feels warm and comforting while the other gives you chills. It's tempting to choose the comforting path, but what if that decision is driven by fear instead of clarity? Reflect on a tough decision you faced recently. Did you go with your gut? That instinct can be misleading, often shaped by past experiences or biases rather than what the current situation truly requires. Now, consider a friend or colleague in a crisis. Their emotions are running high, and they react impulsively, convinced they are being rational. However, they might be blind to the risks, letting their feelings cloud their judgment. This is just a personal issue, it's a common pattern in high-stakes situations. Let's raise the stakes further. Picture yourself in a boardroom with a major deal on the line. The pressure is intense, and your instincts push you in one direction with everyone else agreeing. But what if those emotions lead you to a costly mistake? The consequences could be significant. Here's the key takeaway: relying solely on emotional intelligence can create a false sense of security. It feels good, but it often overlooks the hard facts. You might feel justified in your decision, but are you truly prepared for the fallout? So, what's the solution? It starts with awareness. Recognize when you're leaning too heavily on your emotions. Step back and ask yourself,